You would hope.
Worked out? Are you going to?
All right.
There goes your phone.
American, as well as many educators, administrators, parents, and public-minded citizens, are aware that some of our public school systems are in a dispirited and discouraged state. Violence, poor attendance, disruptive behavior, and disheartening attitudes stand in the way of today's education. Sweeping changes are needed to return our educational standards to worldwide competitive levels. Our schools should once again become the safe havens and community centers for the education and the development of our students that they once were. Our children need the self-esteem, purpose, hope, and security associated with growing up in a healthy learning environment. Implementation of school uniform program can help meet these needs. I will summarize the reasons, which are clear and diverse. Uniforms take the competition out of dress. In the past decade, there have been dramatic increases in flamboyance of the everyday outfitting of school-age kids. Price tags are in. In some neighborhoods, it's the thing to wear the price tag on the garment to school. What you pay for something is a status symbol. There is heavy competition for dressing right, and the peer pressure to perform and conform is incredible. Many students take after-school jobs to maintain their own style. Often these paychecks go right onto their backs and are not used for saving for the future or any other primary goals. A part-time job is not the issue. The reasons behind the job is a concern. As school turns to mandated uniforms, all of the above becomes moot. All of the students look the same at a base level. Concentration returns to who you are rather than what you're wearing or what you can afford. Students are less immersed in keeping up with today's trends, and sometimes it's time to eliminate from school the status and respect many students give to clothing, labels, and price tags. Students' attention needs to return to learning in the classroom rather than how they look when they're in the classroom. Mandated uniforms can serve to shift the emphasis for competition back to academic performance and personal achievement. School uniforms keep the focus on learning, not clothing. Uniforms have a helpful leveling effect in school systems where there is economic diversity. It can be quite expensive to dress our children. $300 per child is not an unreasonable amount spent on each child for back-to-school wear. But that total is for September only. Most parents continue to purchase new outfits throughout the entire school year as the weather and fashion perceptions change. That's a lot of money that can be well spent elsewhere in most households. The average expenditure for a complete uniform, pants, jumper, a shirt, blouse, sweater, tie, is $45. Most children will require 2 sets of them. That's $90 total, period, for the whole year. The goal is to bring the level of dress to an even standard. Those without means should not be penalized at this very basic level, and those with means can now redress the exaggerated importance of outward appearance. Uniforms are cost-effective. They're less expensive. Uniforms create a feeling of oneness and belonging. Everyone can be on the team. As on athletic teams, uniforms are worn for immediate identification and to inspire a feeling of oneness. Put on your team uniform and you suddenly belong. A sense of loyalty emerges from inside, as does an extra effort to perform at the student's best. Many of our children have limited chances to feel a close part of their schools and communities. If this program can offer unity for our children, then it should be granted. Our schools should inspire our kids to excel in learning and be community spirited. School uniforms bring back safety to the school halls. In today's schools, adolescents are killing each other over designer jackets and expensive sneakers. With school uniforms, incidences of theft and assault are down. Uniforms help eliminate violent crime. Uniforms also raise students' expectations of themselves. When dressed neatly and seriously, students tend to behave seriously. Often teachers find calmer, more polite, more attentive students. Students seem to feel more confident in the way they look, so they have more confidence in themselves. How can you make a difference? Across the United States, there is an increasing amount of support in favor of school uniforms. Why? Because it is a solution that is effective, easily established, economically sound. School uniforms really do work. Call your school boards. Tell them you want school uniforms to enhance your children's education. Write to your representatives. Tell them you're sick of paying for labels. You want your children to be students, not walking billboard ads. Explain to your children the importance of a good education. They are building their future. Give them the opportunity to dress for success by setting the high standards while they are young. Say yes to the dress code. I'm Michelle Sennin, and this is my persuasive speech.